Hey everyone, no latex needed here. It's Kimosabe and Skittie was supposed to be here. I don't know where she was.
Hi, hey
Oh, there you
guys. Am I late or whatever?
No, I think you're just on time.
Okay, I have a small announcement to make. If you follow me personally on Instagram, I think you already know. But
Yeah, look at
no more long curly hair. It was cool for a while, but we live in Florida. It's getting hotter, and I just wanted a fresh change. So yeah, I cut it last month. Shout out to What the Fuck Hair Salon. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Is that literally its name? What the fuck hair salon?
Yeah, because his initials are literally WTF.
And the initial stands for.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
His full name, yeah. But yeah. No, I think he did an amazing job. It was definitely a big change, and I love it.
Yeah, no, we have changes here, and like you said, it's getting hot here in Florida. It's hot everywhere. Like this is.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research. This is one of the hottest periods in the United States. Well, I think in the world. Like it's nuts. Gee, it's as if some guy predicted this over 20 years ago.
I wonder who that could have been.
Yeah, with research and science behind it and everything, but
And now we live in an era where everybody's an expert with no actual research these days.
My research consists of YouTube videos where guys are saying the same thing that I'm thinking, and therefore that means it must be true.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, in all seriousness, great to be back. Wanted to do this video show. I cut my hair shorter.
Yeah, and we went on a long hiatus. Well, at least it felt long to us.
Yeah.
And truth be told, it's okay to take a hiatus. I know you want to keep doing it and doing it. Whatever it is you might be doing, whether you're performing or you're doing other stuff, but it's okay to take a break every now and then. I think it's important to do so.
Yeah, and plus our jobs, we work in the legal field, so it just got a lot busier, especially me having to drive all over South Florida. So that's always fun,
Yeah, it's very taxing.
Yeah.
But other cool stuff, we just recently we saw the Blink-182 concert.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, I only shared a couple of videos and photos, but it just doesn't. It does not illustrate how amazing they played.
It was one of the best concerts I've ever attended in my life.
Oh my god, yes.
And I was honestly crying the whole time just because that band is like the soundtrack to me as a teenager. You know what I mean? Just so many great memories with some of those songs, and a lot of those songs I discovered in Rock Band, and I played it with my little brother and my uncle and my aunt, when I was younger. So it brought back a lot of great memories, and that it was just again a great concert.
Yeah, at one point I'm like, are you crying?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I am a fan too, but not as big as Kimosabe.
Yeah, no, I think in all honesty, I think Blink-182 is the one that got me into punk, honestly. Well, more specifically, Tony Hawk did with the soundtrack to their video games, but it was a step forward.
Yeah, and then also in the news, we did watch the other two big movies besides Barbie and Oppenheimer. We also watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And what was the other one that we watched? That was pretty cool.
Well, we saw Guardians, and
I feel like it was another big movie that we saw.
Yeah. Oh Christ, I don't know. I remember Guardians for sure. And we have tickets to see Barbie, which actually, believe it or not, that's today.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it today.
And then Oppenheimer is on Tuesday, so
I'm mentally preparing for that 3-hour movie because I've never sat through a 3-hour movie before.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think that before watching these two movies, I think I'm gonna enjoy Barbie more.
Also, it just came to me, and how the fuck did we forget this? Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
my
right.
god, I'm like ashamed as like a video game player.
That is one of the best video game movies ever.
Dude, my brother watched it before I did because I wanted to see his reaction because like I trust my brother with these things, and he doesn't get out of the house that often. But he actually got out of the house for this one, and he said it was really good. So I watched it, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and you know, anyone who's ever played Super Mario, whether they played it in the 80s and never continued, or if they've played all the Mario games in their lives, like there's just so many like Easter eggs, and it's what makes a good video game movie, or just like any adaptation in general, like when it comes to movies and stuff like that, is when they what do you call it? They respect the source material.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. You know what I mean? Like, for example, we're talking about Oppenheimer and whatnot. You know, the first IMAX movie I ever saw in my life was The Dark Knight. When The Dark Knight came out, I saw it 3 times in theaters. And the reason for that is because although it's Nolan's take on, you know, on Batman, he still respects it. You know what I mean? Like, he still respects, you know, the source material. Bruce Wayne, you know, he has his alter ego as a billionaire playboy, and then he's also, you know, Batman. Like, he's got those two things in check. And someone who doesn't get enough credit that I think they really should, because they were overshadowed by Heath Ledger, was Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent in Two-Face. I think he was fantastic.
But yeah, back to the Mario movie. We were in a theater full of little kids and stuff like that. I saw a couple adults, and I was a little low-key, like, upset that no one caught that Kid Icarus, like, Easter egg, you know, like, Kid Icarus, and no one reacted. I'm like, why?
There was like a lot of Nintendo, like, references, not just to Mario, but there's also, like, I think in the...
Like, to, like, all the games, essentially.
Yeah, like, if you look on the wall of the restaurant that Mario and Luigi are in, you see, like, all the opponents from Punch-Out.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Punch-Out.
One of the stores in New York had the duck sign on it from Duck Hunt.
Don't say it too quick.
And there's a bunch of other stuff. And then I didn't even know that this was a thing, but apparently there's, like, there's 2 end credit scenes. We saw the first one with Bowser, and then there's a second one where apparently you see the egg of Yoshi.
Yeah.
And it cracks.
You're sure.
So
I actually was not happy. One of those people that wasn't happy that Chris Pratt was Mario. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Chris Pratt as an actor. Loved him as Andy Dwyer in Parks and Rec, which I actually started rewatching. But I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, no,
I really was. I'm like, okay. But I definitely love Seth Rogen as Donkey King.
Yeah, no, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was awesome, and what do you call this? I loved whichever one it is, Key and Peele.
Toad.
Yeah, it's Toad. I thought it was great.
Yeah, but it was a great voice cast overall, like, for sure. Like, I didn't think anyone, like, screwed it up or anything, but I really was confused that, like, the guy that was originally Mario, like, he was willing, you know, to reprise it, and they just didn't let him, like...
They let him have a small cameo.
Yeah, but still, I'm like, why didn't... Like, if he was willing to do it, then, like... I mean, it would have been different if he's like, no, screw this, I don't want to do this anymore, then, like, okay, whatever. But, like, if he was willing to do it, like, why?
The thing is that Hollywood is just a strange thing, is that you have to cater to 2 people when it comes to these sort of things. You got to cater to the video game fans. You got to also cater to, this might sound a little ridiculous, but people who probably have never played Super Mario.
Okay, fair enough.
So you got to cater to them. So they're thinking to themselves, like, who's a big actor at the moment? And, you know, at this moment, Chris Pratt is, because of Guardians of the Galaxy and whatnot, he is one of the big actors. Now, yeah, I was another one that I wasn't fond of it, but we didn't know the direction that they were going in with this movie. You know, we just figured, we just want Mario to go, yahoo, or whatever. Charlie Day as Luigi was fantastic. Yeah, Jack Black as Bowser. I mean, he's the best part of the whole movie.
I love that he made that song, like, just for the movie. Like, that was perfect.
Yeah,
like, he's a great musician, like, for sure.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. What do you call this? And yeah, no, and this has really opened the door for a lot of well, obviously there's going to be many sequels for Super Mario because there's a lot of stuff that they can do. I mean, I want to see Wario and Waluigi. I think
But
honestly,
play them.
well, Wario for sure is got to be Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Waluigi.
Yeah, who would be Waluigi? Like,
I don't know.
leave down below in the comments somewhere who you think would be a great Waluigi.
Yeah, I think someone said like, I think Chris Pratt said he would like to see William Dafoe as Waluigi.
Okay, yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
But yeah, let's kind of like tie it into Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He was also in it as well. And ironically, during that time, I was rewatching like all of Gilmore Girls. So when I saw Sean Gunn, I'm like, this is Kirk in space. Like, it's Kirk in space.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is like, it just, because you know that it's gonna be, well, at that point we thought it was gonna be the last one. And so you're on your toes the whole time. Like, anytime somebody gets hurt, you're like, fuck, is this person gonna die? Like, I mean, like, they spend the whole movie trying to revive Rocket.
Yeah.
And when you're finding out his origin story, it's just...
It's really sad.
Christ, it's heartbreaking.
It really is.
But, you know, that's the funny thing, is that all the members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, they have a heartbreaking origin story, you know?
And then Shane cried because the otter died.
Yeah.
Actually, I cried for all the animals, but Shane cried the hardest for the otter.
Yeah, no, for those of you who don't know, otters are my favorite animals.
No, this guy, like every day on Instagram, like, he'll just, like, send me, hey, look at this otter, or, like, you know, they're, like, little squeaks and all that stuff, and just being cute. So, for, like, him, it was just, like, bawling. Like, basically bawling in the theater, like, no.
Yeah, and then, you know, on top of that, like, because you see these, like, animals are being, like, you know, experimented on and shit like that, and, you know, it's... Watching it, you're just kind of like, this is what these people fight for. It's
also super late. Spoilers, but not really, because, like, it's been a couple months, so... But, yeah.
Yeah, so it had its hilarious moments. I mean, you know, Drax is fantastic.
I always love Drax.
I think he's fantastic. What do you call this? And another thing, too, is that the villain, the High Evolutionary... You know, this is... I remember the first Guardians of the Galaxy, they used, oh, Christ, what the hell was this guy's name?
Oh my gosh. It's really
the one with the hammer. In the comics, he's, like, a really big deal, but they kind of just made him, like, play second fiddle because it's basically like, oh, this guy's just doing the stuff for Thanos, so I kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Then the second one, they ramped it up. They had Kurt Russell as, you know, Star-Lord's father, and that was, you know...
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool, yeah. And then this High Evolutionary, and God, like, the best villains are the ones that, you know, that in their minds they're right, you know what I mean? Excuse me.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, like, for example, like, I'm gonna give you a few examples. Lex Luthor, you know, he's an evil businessman and everything, but everything he does... he feels that he's doing for the greater good. Magneto is a better example. You know, Magneto, he fights for, you know, for mutants. The way that he goes about it, yeah, it's not...
It's wrong.
It's wrong, but he's doing it for all the right reasons. And that's what, you know, this High Evolutionary, like, he sees no fault in what he's doing. Like, he wants what he thinks is a perfect world, you know what I mean? So I thought that was very fascinating, and you fucking hate that villain so much. You know what I mean?
But yeah, how are you feeling about Barbieheimer? Barbenheimer, whatever.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I haven't seen something like this since the release of Doom and Animal Crossing. Yeah.
But it's interesting how it's mostly like men that want to see the Barbie movie.
Yeah, because it's like I told you a couple of weeks ago, where it's like, you know, the people who make this shit, like, they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm gonna give you two examples: Call of Duty and Pokemon. the people who make Call of Duty, they make it for guys, let's say 18 to 49.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's all these guys, and then you get on, and it's like a 12-year-old boy with a squeaky voice.
Yeah, calling you the N-word.
And then you go to Pokemon, they're like, oh, little kids are definitely gonna gravitate to it. They're like, no, like it's kind of like our demographic that like we grew up playing Pokemon. Yeah, especially me, but I stopped like at when I got to Sun and Moon. I haven't really played Sword and Shield all that much, but
I didn't get to finish Sword. I think I was on the last gym.
And then my mom's gonna hate me for this, but because of her, I play Pokemon Go still.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Yeah, I do it for mom.
But yeah, like, and that's the thing is that going back to what they think their demographic is going to be. Oppenheimer, they think, oh, guys who, who exactly who this movie is targeting. It's the guys who go on Facebook and talk and repost the quotes about being loyal, the lone wolf. Bro, it's me against the world. Shut the fuck up,
but
okay?
People like us that, we really enjoy, like, historical things that we're gonna go watch it.
That's really the reason why I want to go see it. Well, there's two reasons I want to see it. Number one, yeah, I want to see the movie about the man who literally built the atomic bomb.
Yeah, I think, like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Number two, Christopher Nolan is an amazing director. I think he's one of the greatest directors of all time. Yeah, I mean, like, this guy didn't use any CGI or anything like that.
It's all real.
Yeah.
A real bomb, guys.
Also, it has a great cast. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., you got Cillian Murphy, who I absolutely loved as Scarecrow in the first Batman. Yeah. Batman Begins. Who else is there? They have Josh, okay?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I can't wait for Josh to, like, be in the movie and he just turns around and he's like, Drake, where's the bomb? We're supposed to put the bomb.
The bomb.
So, but no, like, yeah, so it's gonna be a super serious movie, and sometimes you just want to see a funny, a happy-go-lucky movie like Barbie. Like, I mean, come on.
Dude, Michael Cera's in it. I can't wait.
Michael Cera's in it. What sold me was that Will Ferrell's in it.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, so, and the fact that
he's a great villain.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic. I mean, I loved him in Zoolander.
And of course, Ryan Gosling, like, that's all you need to know.
Ryan Gosling, Margaret Robbie, yeah.
I can't believe there's people like, oh, you're too old to play Ken. I'm like, do you not see his physique?
You want to
like, do you not like see how sexy he is? Like,
you want to talk about too old? Remember Toy Story 3? They had a Ken doll.
Yeah.
You know who voiced that Ken doll?
Who?
Michael Keaton.
No way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, bro. Like, he's not too old, bro. Like.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's awesome, and
plus Ryan Gosling looks amazing for his age.
Yeah, I had no fucking clue. He was like, what, in his 40s?
Yeah, something like that. Bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Like, he looks like a good.
And let me tell you, major props to Margaret Robbie, because she's only been acting, well, at least, in the big time.
Well, her big thing was, like, Harley Quinn.
Well, yeah, not just that, but also, like, the movie that really gravitated everyone's eyes towards her was Wolf of Wall Street. That's, imagine, your first big movie, and it's a movie directed by Martin Scorsese.
And you have Leonardo DiCaprio, bro.
Yeah. That to me is amazing. And then, yeah, she started doing, all the Harley Quinn stuff. And she's also worked on movies with the likes of Will Smith. She was also, was she Tanya Harding or Nancy?
I don't remember. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, she was one of them. The one who got her ankle broken.
Not Tanya, Nancy.
Then yeah, it was Nancy. Yeah, so yeah, she's awesome. I find it hard to believe that actually she fought hard to have the Barbie song.
Wait, why would you have a Barbie movie without this? Like, you have to have the song. Like,
I think it's because probably it amazes me how these studios, they have all this money but they don't want to pay the royalties. Like,
that's so dumb.
Like, let me hit you with an interesting fact. Everybody knows Wayne's World. They know the part of, Bohemian Rhapsody, whatnot.
Yeah.
The studio that was doing Wayne's World, they didn't want to pay for the royalties for Bohemian Rhapsody. They also said, and I quote, this is from Lorne Michaels, who used to be the producer of SNL, I think he still is, but he told Mike Myers, because Mike Myers fought hard to have Bohemian Rhapsody in the movie, and Lorne Michaels told him, no, it's too old, and nobody's gonna like that song. They wanted to do Welcome to the Jungle instead. And Mike Myers basically said, you either put Bohemian Rhapsody in the movie, or I fucking quit.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you're always gonna have people like us, like we listen to older music, like newer music to us, it's like, what the fuck is this?
That's why we have old school classic rock stations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one day we'll be listening like to the Smiths or like Joy Division or even the Doors or like old school rap, like whatever. Like we like the older stuff mostly. And that's trying to like shit on like the newer stuff. It's just we prefer the older stuff.
Yeah, and there are timeless classics and what do you call it? Actually, because of Wayne's World and having Bohemian Rhapsody in the movie, like it made Queen popular again in 1992.
Damn.
Yeah, which
Queen's like an amazing band, like for sure. And I love how like all like this like their albums, like they don't sound the same.
Yeah.
And then there's some songs you're like, wait, that's a Queen song?
Yeah, it's true. You know, they have a large catalog, and you know, Freddie Mercury is one of the greatest singers of all time. You know,
I've always said like if I could go back in time for any concert, it'd be Live Aid.
Yeah, absolutely. There was another thing I was gonna mention. Oh yeah, you know, we're talking about, you know, music and movies and whatnot. So they just recently announced that in November they're coming out with a Bob Marley movie, and I've seen the trailer. The guy who they got to play Bob Marley does not look like Bob Marley to me. This Bob Marley has like 13 fucking kids, and they
couldn't pick one of the 13.
I
mean, obviously it has to be a boy, but you know what I mean.
I'm assuming this is like the whole Eazy-E situation where, you know, Eazy-E's son, you know, auditioned, but I guess they felt that he wasn't a great actor. Mm-hmm. And the other thing too is, I think a lot of Bob Marley's kids are a lot older. Like they have to be at least in their 50s or 60s.
Damn,
and,
that's true.
And Bob was at the height of his career, I think in his 30s. So I guess that's what they were looking for. I mean, I think the guy's going to do a good job because he also portrayed Malcolm X in another movie. So.
Alright, okay. And then they're also going to do Michael Jackson, right?
They're going to do Michael Jackson as well. I've seen a few photos. Apparently, one of Michael Jackson's nephews is going to portray him. What I'm curious to see is how far they're going to go with it. And what I mean by that is, are they going to show everything? Are they going to show, you know, the abuse that, you know, these kids felt with their father? Are they going to mention the trial, you know?
Yeah.
And
I feel like for Michael Jackson, like, he just didn't have a childhood. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, he didn't get to be, like, a kid. Like, you know, most, like, I don't know, like, how old he was, like, 5 or 6, whatever. He was getting a Grammy at that age. And all the other little kids were just, you know, living life and, like, playing outside, getting their knees scraped or whatever.
Yeah, you know, it always bothers me when people are always, like, shitting on him for buying Neverland. It's like, oh, this is really creepy and, you know, pedo stuff. It's like, no, man, like, he just wants to be a kid. Did anybody bat an eye when Walt Disney created Disney World? You know, he just wanted something to bring joy to himself and to kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the whole thing about, you know, the parents leaving their kids behind, you know, alone with Michael Jackson, that is really fucking weird. But that is more so on the parents. I don't care if you're Michael Jackson, if you're Barack Obama, or if you're, I don't know, I totally lost it. Michael Jordan, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't care who you are. If I don't know you personally, I am not leaving you with my own kid.
I think people forget that celebrities, at the end of the day, like, they're strangers. You don't fucking know them. You don't know, like, what they do in their life, what they've been through, or, like, whatever. Like, you just know bits and pieces. You don't know them as a person.
Right.
And then, like, I feel like it's on the parent that they just left them with, like, essentially, like, a random stranger. Like, that's on you as a parent. And, like...
Now,
that's like a tough pill to swallow for people.
Now, granted, Do I think he, did anything, weird or sexual with the kids? No, I don't think so. I think it was more so Michael wanted to be a kid again, so he was playing with kids, just doing kid stuff. But again, why are you leaving your child with a grown ass man that you have no idea about?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the answer to that is, I think the parents were getting put in like these really nice hotel rooms and all this other stuff, and it's just, it's a shame. Like these parents basically pimped out their kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're working on Michael Jackson's biopic. There's a lot of biopics being worked on right now. Sony, a couple of years ago, announced that they're working on a Ozzy and Sharon biopic.
I wonder how that's gonna go. You think they're involved in it?
We'll see, because Jesus Christ, I mean, just Ozzy's career alone is something
It's wild.
It's extremely wild, and there's a lot of stuff, not just biting the heads off bats and pigeons, but there's also like there was a lot of turmoil in Sharon and Ozzy's marriage. Like, Ozzy ended up one night. The whole reason that Ozzy decided to get sober was that apparently one night he got blacked out drunk. He woke up and he was in prison, and he asked them, he's like, why am I here? And they said, sir, you strangled your wife. Yeah. And that was the turning point for him. That's when he decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna get clean. So we'll see how it goes. I know that a lot of people aren't a fan of the Motley Crue Netflix movie, The Dirt, but there's a small scene. There's one really good scene in there where they hang out with Ozzy Osbourne. The guy that they got to play Ozzy Osbourne in The Dirt looks just like him.
Damn.
Yeah, and did a great job. So if they can get that guy again, that'd be great. Apparently they're working on a new Bruce Lee biopic.
Really?
Yeah, I just read that recently. By the way, a few days ago was the 50-year anniversary of Bruce Lee's death. So, but yeah, we'll see what that biopic entails. His daughter is like executive producer of it, so it's in good hands.
Yeah, it should be good.
So, yeah, no, that's we got a lot of great things to look forward to.
Alright, then that's all the time we have some movies to see for y'all.
And concerts.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, more on that in another episode. But for now, I actually wrote something regarding my hair. Hope y'all enjoy. Alright, my hair. The long curls seem to be a part of my identity for a whole decade. It's been with me through the best parts of my life as well as the worst parts of my life. Though towards the end it was getting harder to manage and harder to deal with. There was just so much of it. I decided it was time for a much needed change. To my surprise, I felt relief when it came off. In a way, it was like a weight was lifted. Now I'm going on with my life with a wider smile.
No, you have it.
Yeah. Alright guys, it's been Skittie Writings with, you're probably not gonna see that for, I don't know when.
And this has been Kiyomo Sabe.
Hey, we'll see you in the next one, guys.
Yeah.